people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Mama said that, huh?
I hate that part shit, boy. I just play that shit because of y'all, real
the finals game where they looked to be out of it, but credit to the Miami Heat fans, Greg, with last year sticking with this team.
Yeah, I like that shit, but that month part.
I thought it was over, but with LeBron out of town, a lot of Heat fans could have jumped off the bandwagon, but you know what? They stayed with it. So, although the weather is fair, the fans are not.
Oh, well said. Thank you. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there. And, you know, for the Heat, despite the struggles, they still sold out every game here last season. They were among the top teams in the league in total attendance.
There's the bucket. Good. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Wade passes to Whiteside.
He tweet.
From outside, off the mark.
That is the perfect technique to rebound. I mean,
this nigga just shot a motherfucking 3 with Hassan.
And then he's off to the races. And really, they showed up.
Hell no, he didn't make it. I can't believe he shot that shit back.
The Heat only 20 and 21 last year at American Airlines Arena.
Hell
the
yeah.
fans love them all the same.
Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity. And it's Butler with the jam.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Three-pointer. McDermott can't get it to
How
go.
the fuck he missed wide open?
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they find their miss after making their first 4.
You gotta create a counter shit and shit. Hit the share button, bro.
Here's Wade. That one
Wade got that
his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on. Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that dish.
He's going crazy with Gerald,
Just
man.
the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
And stolen by Whiteside. The drive by Wade.
Boy, they do some unbelievable ass hoops on this shit.
As it gets an exquisite pass to set up Clark, that beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, that was nice.
No doubt. There are assists, and then, guys, there are assists.
Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
For Miami, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And look here at the Heat, how they ranked in the NBA last season. 11th in field goal percentage, 13th in steals. And they were only in the league's top 20 in points off turnovers. So not really a strong suit for them. Didn't turn turnovers into points as well as they might have.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way. And that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Josh McRoberts has checked in for Bosch. Winslow comes in for Luol-Deng. Goran Dragic is checked in for Dwayne Wade.
That's crazy.
And
Jimmy Butler's transition finish on Bron. And Derrick Rose shit on gold.
Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Now here's Dragic. 6 on the shot clock. He feeds it to Whiteside. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist.
Boy, that ain't shit with a 10-point lead.
Got his second bucket tonight. Gibson kicks to Butler. It's stolen by Dragic.
Man.
And it's the Heat on the break. And the dunk by Winslow.
Yeah, I like that shit, though. I like
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
the shit. It's on the game, shit, right?
Partner, I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Brooks.
Just in case you do
That is
some
his
amazing
first foul of the
shit,
game.
motherfucker. I can show you.
Dragic dishes to Winslow. This one for three. Shot is off. Three-pointer, Butler. Plenty of...
Okay, take off on dude.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown
Who
for
trying
the
to come back?
Bulls.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the
Are you
defenders
watching my
on
shit?
their heels.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the
Damn,
points
I
they've been
gotta
able
really
to convert
snap
off
that.
turnover.
Winslow is out there with Dang. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then there's Gerald Green. And it's Bosh in
the
the
fuck?
pivot spot manning the middle.
This nigga Derrick Rose cannot hold on to the ball, bro.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for the Bulls. Miami trailing.
Guys, the Bulls' defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
The drive by Green. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Talking about the Bulls and their rim protection, they had the lowest opponent field goal percentage on shots right at the rim.
Yeah, and it helps when you compare 7-footers down low. It's not just the bigs, though. Even the perimeter players will track back and challenge at...
Who the fuck is that? Probably my mama.
the rim. Really a total team effort.
Now the Bulls with it. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game marks the first half of a quick two-game homestand. Noah, the pass to McDermott. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. 3 on the clock. Then Gasol with the dunk.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swing, really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
Now here's Rose. Lets the three fly. Chris Bosh with the rebound.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better
throwing
job
the
of
shit out
challenging the
of
shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
And finished off by Gasol. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well,
He cheating,
Nick,
though. He
how
got
about that? I mean,
folks at the
ferociously
point.
competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness. Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Winslow gets to Wade. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
I can't take
Incredible
this.
timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Chicago calls timeout.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago, signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Mario Chalmers has checked in for Miami. And Chicago also making a switch. Butler, he's checked in for Brooks. Now here's Green. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. The drive by Green. Rose with the rebound. Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Look at this nigga there. Rose smoking.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Bosch. Josh McRoberts comes in for Gerald Green. And it's Dragic in for Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the big 3 were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. And it's Rose penetrating. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Butler. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. The Heat have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all total.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
.125 left here in the second. The kick out to Rose. And that one's on target from the wing.
Man.
Rose has got
okay,
5
go,
points so far.
Go outside.
And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25 and 27 against the rest of the conference. Played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs.
Mirotic dishes to Rose. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Rose has got the game tied up here for Chicago.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now
Told
to
you
be
now,
even
pass the
more
ball.
aggressive on the defensive side. Try to
Told you now, pass the ball when you snapping. Get that shit out of here, little nigga.
And here we go.
I'm the motherfucking man, bitch.
Possession here.
Yeah.
8-second difference between the shot
I
clock
need
and
me
the
some
game.
dope. I know I'm buying me a 7 when I
5 to
get
shoot.
paid.
Here's Chalmers. To the paint.
Ah, Janice.
It's stolen by Dang. This is his first chance at the line tonight. First free throw is good. So both teams making some changes here. And he can't hit the second.
What?
But he recovers it. It's good from about 19 feet.
What? He just got a
Kings
3-point
got 5.
play.
Clarky talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of
Yeah,
that.
no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of
That's
games,
who I had, Lou, the Heat.
scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Heat out front, leading by just 1. And we'll be back right after this.
I wish I had me some dope. Who, Gucci?
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
That Mortal Kombat.
We've seen Gerald Green really having a great game.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game
okay.
overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we
Fuck
talk
on that
about
bitch
being
and we lay up.
efficient
Fuck
as
on
an
that bitch and we
offensive
lay
player,
up.
fully on display there with him.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. We've seen Gerald Green really having a great game.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants, and in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
And that's where his points were coming from. I mean, the defense has to do a much better job of challenging him at the rim.
So for Chicago right now, at the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's McDermott in at the 3. Here's Gasol. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Gasol's got the first points of the second half here for Chicago. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Kicks it to Rose. Misses in close.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Good on the shot. Green's got 13 points.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Chicago calls timeout. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Yeah, there's a reason they were a playoff team. I mean, they beat the teams they were supposed to. We'll see if they can do it again tonight.
Mirotic is checked in for McDermott. Chicago trailing here. Rose kicks to Butler. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And that's 12 points for Jimmy Butler. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Here's Bosch. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. The jump hook. No luck. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Here's Rose. And Whiteside sends it back. Then kicks to Bosch. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Outside Butler. And he's good on the 3 ball. Butler's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end. You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball. Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Brooks checked in.
Just call him a speed merchant. I mean, he was a blur going in for that throwdown.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
And oh, here we go. Brooks got it. The fast break chance. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
Well, we've got a moment to look back at last year's Bulls. Third in rebounding, third in free throw percentage. And they also showed up in the top 5 in blocks. A good, solid team at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, and going back to their rebounding, very few teams could outmuscle them inside. The size and toughness to scrap for every carom off the backboard.
The drive by Green. Off target at the rim.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things their way. No doubt they've been winning on the backboard.
The Heat making a switch here. Chalmers is checked in. Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while. And injuries, once again, were a central theme of the Bulls' season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
There's Winslow. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Winslow's got his third bucket of the night. Brooks, the pass to Gasol. The kick outside to Butler. Mirotic dishes to Gasol. Bulls shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That free throw, no good. Chicago making some changes. McDermott's checked in for Mirotic. And Tony Snell subbed in for Butler. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
Here's McDermott. Knocks down the 3 ball. McDermott's got 8 points. And for the Bulls and injuries, a lot of teams plan for these type of things. There's only so much Clark you can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team.
Here's Gasol. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. They get Hassan Whiteside. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put on.
Looking over there at Greg, he's enjoying every second of it,
Yes,
Clark.
he is.
Yeah.
Listen, the fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
And as we conclude the 3rd quarter, what a game, neither team giving ground. Bulls lead by 2. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. Chicago leading. Dang out there with Josh McRoberts. Then it's Green. Then there's Chalmers. And it's Dragic in the point. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And he gets the bucket.
Just a great, great battle these two teams are waging here today.
Boy, it sure is. And I'm getting the sense that this game could end up being decided by just 1 or 2 plays down the stretch.
Here's Rose. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Chicago.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
Yeah, you know, the pace has only picked up the deeper we've gotten into this game, which is remarkable. It speaks to the endurance and stamina of these teams, and it's also been a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Chalmers running, and Green slams it in.
We could have been looking at a two-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now nerves and tightness become a factor.
And it's becoming a battle of will right now. This is as good a game as we could have hoped for.
Chris Bosh is checked in for Mario Chalmers. Dragic kicks to Bosh. Off target from outside. Well, it was Miami winning their last game against the Raptors.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. Dragic kicks to Dang. Back to Dragic. Stolen by Noah.
You could tell it was almost tunnel vision on that pass. Had no idea where the defender was.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. It's Dragic with the drive. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Dragic. And some changes here for the Heat. Whiteside comes in for Josh McRoberts. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Goran Dragic.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchup.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And Whiteside sends it back. And it's the Heat on the break. Dang can't get it to go.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
One-on-one here. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Green.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Offensive rebound.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Wade kicks to Bosh to take the lead. 4 for 9 from the floor with that miss. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
Got sloppy in a close game. You have to take advantage of every opportunity.
The Bulls making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And it's Green missing.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Stolen by Bosh. And here we go with Dang running it up the floor. Wade gets the bucket. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Miami.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Here's Gasol. Count it. And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
Green passes to Dang. In the corner, it's Whiteside. Outside Bosh. Gasol with the steal. In transition, here come the Bulls. Yes!
Boy, you got to love the picture-perfect alley-oop.
A little surprise, though, Clark. It didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
Counts for 2.
Yeah, it does. Almost makes it a little more special, though, when you can have a little bit of grace as opposed to just the full Monty with the power. Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Now here's Rose. Noah with a screen on Green. Here's Rose. Oh, he hits it. Oh, how about that shot?
Big time, big time.
Incredible.
All zeros on the clock.
Hey, I just game dude ass, y'all.
And Greg, he knew it was good when it left his hand. He started celebrating as soon as it got off his fingertip.
And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game.
Just game dude.
This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And Ernie Johnson is still in the building, folks.
How the fuck you see that? You rewinded it or something? I just gamed his ass. Jimmy had 20. Paul had 17. He didn't miss. Except for them free throws. Rose had 7 turnovers. He was killing with Gerald Green though. He be just using him now.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
Did all my laps in the gym, the sweat ran off my skin. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them. I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. No guts, no glory, no pain, no gain. These are actions of men. My teammate is a warrior, got my back to the end. My offense is God sent. You gon' have to defend. My crossover is vicious, I got more swagger than him. Hit the bottom of the net or the back of the rim. Your style is a flavor foul. Your score, I'ma take it down. All of your trash talking was pointless. Say it now, you slacking in goaltending. My actions are bone chilling. Got the home court advantage. I'm back on the road winning.
I gotta hold down the city.
I'm playing the Knicks now. I'm the Timberwolves.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta
Hell
hold down
yeah,
the
boy, I
city.
play with everything.
Gotta let you know where I come
I gotta hold the city down anyhow. They gon' have to
That's how I learned how to play with them.
dominate the game in front of any
I
crowd.
play with everybody. I don't just play with one team. I can do
Any
it.
style, victory is in me now. My time
The
is
Timberwolves got a squad, boy. You sleep.
competitive nature. Look at them guys when I'm coming. They be hot and I'm hunting. Luckily they've been ducking me. You see lots of them running. Challenges I embarrass them. They a dime and a dozen. Full of fire just
You gotta
like
create a
dragon
count,
straight
hit
out of the
share.
dungeon. I'm just rising above it. You just lied to the public. I serve a purpose. You nervous with
Yeah,
butterflies
why
in
you
your
on the
stomach.
game,
Don't try
nigga?
to intimidate.
It's the Timberwolves in Minnesota for a little conference action here at the Target Center. And the Knicks looking for a positive start here on their road trip. Still early in the season, but the front office and coach... coaching staff likes what they are seeing from this team so far. Better winning percentage than last year.
And guys, this is what I call one of those boomerang road trips. I mean, it's not long, but they'll have a chance to get some things done here.
Yeah, it's an easy trip to get up for because you know you'll be back home shortly. As you said, boomerang is the perfect phrase for it. You don't have to worry about setting the tone for a long stretch of games away from your own building.
Hell yeah. When I started mine,
Courtesy of Gatorade, all
my
fueled
old
up and
account,
ready to go. The
52
starting
right
five
there.
on the floor. On the court for the Knicks. They've got Calderon.
This nigga Carl Anthony Towns is a dog on this shit.
Then it's Vujacic. And it's Anthony in the three spot.
That shit, man.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish
Hello?
like that.
And really, that's
What's
what
up?
makes him unique, that combination of power and polish. In last season, the Wolves had the hardest strength of schedule in the entire league. It might have worked out for them in the end.
I'm broadcasting
Camaraderie
gameplay
time,
right
those
now.
extra losses do tend to help.
Vujicic's shot is off. Here's Wiggins.
What you
That
mean,
one
really?
wide left. For the New York Knicks, they won their last contest against Los Angeles.
No, not really. But
They were just locked really in a zone from a team defense standpoint, and nobody ever
No,
got
not
stuck
really.
on an island. There was always somebody providing help, and the communication was tremendous.
And that was the key, Greg, the communication and the teamwork.
not to say I'm
Can't play good
broadcasting
rotating
gameplay. I'm playing
defense
the
if you're
game.
not
All right.
communicating and on the same page.
And I'm
They were doing
recording.
all of that at a high level.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Lopez over to help. Towns kicks to
How was I
Williams.
supposed to know you made him?
Anthony with the block. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
What?
Here's Wiggins. And it is flushed down with a nice jam. For New York, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Lopez. Down low. Nice shot by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 8.
How was I supposed to know?
Nice
You on the
accurate
phone.
pass right into the middle.
Towns.
How was I supposed to know you on the phone?
And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Did not need 2 hands for that slam.
You know, he can save the other hand for the next time.
One will do
Yeah.
just fine.
Yeah, but just to switch it up a
I'll
little
be
bit.
busy then.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here is Calderon. Following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Lopez is screen on Rubio. Goes up off the pick. And the dunk by Lopez.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
A three-pointer, Wiggins.
Right,
And the
don't
rebound goes to Lopez.
I wouldn't answer.
To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year. Just lacked any real presence in the paint. And lacking that paint threat
you can.
makes things easier for the opposing defense.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in
Man,
for
Lou, I
Lopez.
know how you be feeling
Williams
now.
comes
Some
in
bitches
for him.
irritating you, dog.
Langston Galloway's checked in for Sasha Vujicic. And it's Grant in for Jose Calderon. Feeds to Levine. Back to Martin. From outside, off the mark.
I don't even want to talk to
You know what, the
bitches while I'm
Knicks,
playing
they
this
were
game.
second to last in field goal
Right.
percentage from their front court. Granted, they were hit by injuries. It seemed like all over the place all season.
Yeah, you know what that poor
I just
field goal
like, damn, why you gotta call me
being
right
top
now?
3 in field goal attempts on the year. Not a good combination.
Out left to the wing. They get it back. It's Pialitza. Banked in off the glass.
This
The
nigga
first
beat
one
my
to
ass with
react to
these
that
Knicks.
miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
I beat a
Now,
tier
here's
1
Grant.
team yesterday.
He's guarded closely. And it's good.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Ooh, I was gone.
Rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Outside for Martin.
This nigga
That
steady
doesn't go
missing.
for Martin. And pushing it up. Here's New York.
Hell
Fires
no.
top
What?
of the key.
Why do 2K
It's
be
gonna be
cheating
2
so
free
much,
throws, 2
man?
contact on the shot. Pass season for the Timberwolves. It was a struggle most of the season. Young teams tend to do that, but they didn't have, unfortunately, Greg, much luck at home.
You know, they basically limped their way to a league-worst 9-32 record at home. Part of taking your lumps as a young team. Let's see how they respond this season.
And New York making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Timberwolves trail by 9. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
Grant outside. 3 seconds
Good
left.
fucking pass.
The shot's good from O'Quinn. O'Quinn's got his first bucket in this one. And it's out of
I
bounds.
hate that they changed the timeout button.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter.
Mama.
Knicks lead
What up, folks?
by 8. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break.
How was work?
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And
You said hard.
from the Knicks so far. What do you guys think?
How good has
You know that's what she said, right?
here? Just absolutely terrific.
Boy, that kind of timely passing, Greg, really fun
You said
to
work
watch.
was hard?
They've got Martin. Violates in his own.
Mellow
Towns.
crazy.
Then it's Jones. And it's
Oh,
Wiggins
slow?
in the shooting guard.
That's how she
That's
like
the
it.
5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Carmelo Anthony grabs the ball.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play. And cut
Sorry,
it
I'm in the middle of getting my keister kicked right now.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Here's O'Quinn.
I can't grab no boards,
And
man.
he gets it to go. O'Quinn's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on
It's
the
like these
interior.
niggas
Really
diving
a
right past the
well-rounded
freaking
effort
ball, man.
overall.
Knocked
Next
loose.
fucking ball, nigga.
And now Jones running the floor all by himself. And it's blocked. They get it back. That's good. New York calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
It's Anthony with the drive. And the Knicks miss again. Timberwolves trail by 10. Wiggins right side. And the call will be against Kevin Garnett. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Zinkis, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. So the wing on the left. to the inside. And stolen by Wiggins. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession.
I'm playing horrible right now, man.
A look now at where the Timberwolves ranked in the NBA last year. 6th in free throw percentage. 7th in points off turnover. And they made their way into the top 10 in second chance points. I mean, this is a team that really emphasized chasing down missed shots, and they did a pretty good job of it.
And you look at their free throw percentage, not to be overlooked. I mean, this was a team, I thought, that did a really good job of taking advantage of their opportunities.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Well, Clark, what can you say about the Knicks last season? They had a lot of trouble on their road trips, among other things.
Well, especially on the road. I mean, only managed to get 7 road wins on the season, Kevin.
And for the Knicks last season, they actually shot decently on the road. They just didn't hit any defense, and that's kind of what did them in.
Williams, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Williams, here we go. Here's Porzingis. And he wheels that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Well, you know, going back to the Knicks on the road, they just forgot to defend the three-point shot. I mean, they had the worst three-point field goal percentage defense with their opponents making 40% of their threes against them. That was the worst in the league.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big timely shots.
And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That'll be his second foul of the game. Can't get it to go. Now the Knicks take it the other way. And the foul on Tayshaun Prince. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Gorgie Dames.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark. Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play.
Jang with the ball. Williams picks him up. Rubio against Grant. Garnett left side. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 4 rebounds in this game. Out to the right wing. Here's Grant. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. 6 points for Jerry Grant.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Galloway, the pass to Grant. But they get it back. Lopez dishes to Grant. Takes a 3. Good. And now a 12-point Knicks lead.
And, Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second-chance opportunities.
Well, the hustle and the effort, the persistence, all of that paying off in a big way. And that's something that makes a coach smile.
At the top of the key, Galloway. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Wiggins outside to the left wing. Stolen. One-on-one here. Here's Williams. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Knicks
About another woman, right?
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Andrew Wiggins really making a difference here.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Andrew Wiggins really making a difference here.
And he just went off in those first two quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
And on the floor for Derek Fisher as we get into the second half. Calderon is out there with Vujicic. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then it's Anthony. And it's Porzingis in it, power forward. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Not a fan of those kinds of passes. And last season, really a tale of two halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
It's stolen by Garnett. And here we go. Wiggins heading to the hoop.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
And really, Clark, that's the way you get yourself back into the game. Stop and then try to get out in transition for some easy.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Tayshaun Prince. And it's Martin in for Wiggins. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Porzingis. And it's blocked. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Martin. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Bielitz is checked in. Well, the Wolves improved just very slightly last year in terms of wins, Clark. Quality of play on the floor, though, was visible.
Yeah, you know, the team's point differential was a lot better with Rubio in the lineup. They did have some big wins over quality teams, and Rubio's impact was certainly noticeable.
That's good.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of
The
look.
Knicks leading by 10. Calderon with guarded now by Rubio. Calderon kicks to Anthony. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
Jones checked in for Ricky Rubio. Then for the Knicks, Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Robin Lopez. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Anthony.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, but if I can say so, it was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Zach LaVine's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. Again, Martin missing.
You know, the Knicks made the playoffs every season between 1988 and 2001. It's kind of strange now to see the Knicks struggle to get into the playoffs so often. Only 3 trips in the playoffs the last 10 seasons.
Here's Serafin. Here's O'Quinn. Off target at the rim. Pass to Martin. Wide open look. It's rebounded by New York.
And listen, the pressure is always on the Knicks to make the playoffs just because of where the team is. Being in New York can have its advantages, but it comes with expectations that your team will be in the postseason.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hander.
Galloway kicks to Seraphin. No good. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Calderon passes to Seraphin. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Jang, he's checked in for Towns. Garnett comes in for Bielitz. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Kevin Martin. And Andrew Wiggins is subbed in for Jones. Galloway, no good.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the Knicks making a change here. Lopez is checked in. And he's good on the second. Timberwolves trailed by 10.
And this should be the last possession of the quarter.
Exactly. I'm right with you there, Greg. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter. Make sure you get the last shot here.
Grant outside. That will count. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Knicks lead by 13. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. We've got Garnett. Ricky Rubio is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Gorgie Dan. And it's Muhammad in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the Heat.
That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Wiggins. New York's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Calderon dishes to Lopez. Anthony kicks to Calderon. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Calderon's got the lead up to 13 now for the Knicks. Towns, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And a switcher also for New York. Vujacic is checked in. Towns, the best to Muhammad. The three-pointer, no good. The Knicks leading by 13. And Jose Calderon gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Guys, you take a look at that box score. 5 turnovers for him. I think he's got to avoid the high-risk play. Just be solid out there.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
They double him with Wiggins. Calderon dishes to Vujacic. Just 5 to shoot. Wiggins with the block. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Martin's checked in. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for New York. Anthony's shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 13. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far. And he had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
Calderon kicks to Anthony. Shoots from the baseline. And he hits the jumper for 2. And the Knicks lead by 12.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the Timberwolves head coach talking to his team. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg just with the doctor ordered us some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
It's tipped. And here's the fast break. Ahead. Pulls up. Almost, but it rolls out.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the board.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think.
Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for New York?
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
Minnesota making a switch. Prince is checked in. The kick out to Lopez. Here's Porzingis. He dishes it to Calderon. And again, it's New York. Timberwolves trail by 12. And Rubio kicks to Towns. Oh, he misses the dunk.
Horrible, man.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-over. You got to finish the job. The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
And here's Prince outside. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range, Greg. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for them.
Anthony with it. Guarded now by Tayshaun Prince. The 15-footer. Kicks it to Calderon. From outside the arc. Porzingis can't hit. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for New York.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
You know, they both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath both ways.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And at key points in this game, they stayed committed to their brand of basketball. That's why they'll be taking the front end of this 3-game season series against the Timberwolves.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
On the wing, Wiggins. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. First free throw is good. Second free throw, no good.
And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of them.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, gotta love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
And the Timberwolves call timeout. They're losing by 12. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end, but let's face it, guys, this one's over.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I really think you shouldn't be allowed to call timeouts late in the ball game if there's no chance for it to do any good on the scoreboard.
And And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Here's Galloway. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. And he makes the first. Galloway hits both of them.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what
If they try to get in contact with you, I'll talk to them. You know, family, you only got so much of it.